Jay,
Hey.
thanks for coming in today.
Yeah.
Super excited.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So I asked you in today because we are rolling very fast towards 2026.
Mm-hmm.
Really, I think planning for 2026 for your team probably started a few months ago even.
Yeah. I mean, as a team, we never really stopped planning. We started talking about 2026 at the beginning of 2025, and now we're like, okay, what does it look like into 27, 28, 29 kind of thing? So, which has been really weird for us. It stretched us way differently than it has in the past because we've always thought about it in, okay, it's October.
Yeah.
We're business planning for the
Just
next
for the
12
year.
months, and then we don't really think about it again until next October.
I love that. It's
So,
future planning for
yeah.
sure. Okay, so when you're talking future planning, did we accomplish everything in 2025 we needed to? Are we pushing some of those same things into 2026? Are we still on track to get 2029? I guess is more of what you guys are doing.
Yeah, so I think we're going to end up the year between 10 and 20% growth
Amazing.
across, volume, commission growth. I think we were at 2.7, 2.8 last year. We'll be at 3.1, 3.2 this year, something like that.
Amazing.
So we've hit most of our goals as a team. It's the first time I've ever put this out there anywhere, but now it's okay. I feel really comfortable saying we want to be the number one team in Charlotte in 5 years.
Say that out loud.
Yeah.
I like
So
it.
that's a very different, like, okay, now we have a very clear and defined, how do we go get this?
Yeah.
So Brian Gubernick is one of my coaches, friends, mentors, business partners. And recently at Metrics, our mastermind group, the conversation was about unreasonable goals or setting an impossible goal. And then the conversation around that was, you set a goal that is so outrageously impossible that it's not going to require doing just more of what you've already done, but like literally rebuilding, rethinking about it's almost like starting from scratch.
So again, are you almost doing like quarterly check-ins? Are we rebuilding in that right direction? What does that look like?
So for us, it's like reimagining ourselves. So, it's kind of weird, kind of awkward to say, but like we're really big fish in a pretty small pond sometimes. And so recently took a trip to Orlando where we sat down with literally the number one team that used to be at KW and was like, hey, what does this look like for you guys?
Yeah.
And he's number one team in Central Florida. He's one of my best friends. So he literally was like, what do you want to see? Ask all the questions.
Yeah.
I'm not hiding anything
Come
kind
in.
of thing. And they're going to sell 600 or so this year, and they're going to sell 850 next year. And it was kind of eye-opening because we're doing a third of that. And so it was like, all right, if we need to do 600, 800 deals, 1,000 deals, like, okay, it's kind of an insane number. What do we need to do? What does this need to look like for us to go that direction? And it was pretty interesting. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so you mentioned like 12 to 15% growth this year, somewhere in there?
Something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is that, how do you feel?
Depending on which metric you're tracking.
Sure. How do you feel about that number?
Once you get to a certain size, I remember going, well, we're going to double, we're going to double, we're going to double, we're going to double. And like,
Exactly.
okay, cool. And that gets really hard the bigger you get.
Yes.
Now it's doubling for Mark and I now is like, okay, we added a business. So we added a mortgage company, and then it's now a title company, and now it's, okay, insurance and home warranties coming down the pipe and connective services. So you plugging up or setting up utilities for our clients. And then what kind of crossover does that have into our property management business? And now we're at 500 houses being managed on that business. So there's all kind of
lots of
pretty
pieces.
wild. Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's break this down again in that 12 to 15% where we're talking units, commissions, all that good stuff. From the real estate side of things, you've got how many people on your team now?
35-ish.
Okay. So 35 humans that are looking at you like, we're going to do big things.
Yeah.
How does that sound when you're telling them all of this stuff and the plans and all that good stuff?
They got excited.
Cool.
I think it's wild too, because you and I have known each other for a long time, and I think I've had trouble kind of defining like what does great look like, what is great. How do you quantify that?
Yeah.
How do you put it up on a banner such that like everybody can rally behind it? Because like financially, I don't need any more. So what does it look like to
Still keep going this way.
yeah, right. And so the conversation was, let's plant a flag and go after number one. And everybody got really excited about it.
That's awesome. Okay, so now everybody's excited.
Yeah.
You've kind of got this buy-in. You've got this big picture. What does it look like day to day? Like, how are 30 people all getting on the same bus in the right seats and we're all going the right direction?
So I believe that our job as a team is to partner with our agents, right? It's not a, here's the box, everybody needs to get in the box, right? It's not a one size fits all kind of thing. Everybody has different behavioral styles, different personalities, different networks, different assets, different spheres, different, they've been here for 5 minutes or they've been here for 50 years, like,
Right.
and everything in between. And so it really is sitting down with our agents one-on-one and going, okay, let's talk about your business. Like you're the CEO of you. And my job is to help you become the CEO of that business and do it in a way that makes sense for you. So like your business is going to look very different from someone else's, and it's still inside of our same model.
Yeah.
So
it's
like,
okay.
yeah.
I love that. Okay.
So it lets it, I think everybody just assumed, and honestly, I don't know where this comes from, but like all of a sudden we're this call center. You know us, like we're not a call center.
No.
Most of our business is still sphere of influence.
Okay. There
Right?
you go.
Like over 60% of our transactions are sphere, and like 80% of them are relationship based.
Okay.
Past clients, agent referrals, all that kind of stuff. So we still have that kind of soul. And at the same time, if you just moved here 5 minutes ago and you don't have a sphere, okay, cool, we can build a business for that too.
Right. I think you make a great point. Like when you said, whether you've been here for 5 minutes in the real estate world or 50 years, your business too looks different. So what I'm going to tell you now here, and we're going to make a plan together for the 5-minute person, it may look different than somebody who's had that sphere and repeat business, but all under that same model of one team. That's really cool. Okay, so you're really direct, one-on-one with these people, your team, your partners, seeing how we're going to all, again, move the bus forward. What about other strategies? Like what in 2026 are you really, let's say, looking forward to?
Our biggest, so we've been a big internet lead spender for, I don't know, the last 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
I think at one time we owned all of realty.com in Charlotte.
Cool.
Which sounds great, right? We were generating 300 to 400 leads a month. The challenge is okay, so that's 300 to 400 leads a month, but it's still a 1%, 2%, 3% conversion rate.
Yeah.
And a lot of that takes a pretty long journey, like 12 to 18 months, kind of staying in contact and juggling that pipeline kind of thing.
Not a 90-day turnaround.
No.
Not
So
typically.
one of the things that I think the biggest thing that we're doing is making a big move into media.
Okay.
So started a YouTube channel 4 months ago. Shout out Realize Charlotte. 4,000 subscribers already.
Wow.
Pretty consistent lead flow already. And over time, that'll just build and build because that stuff's so evergreen. It stays there. And the videos that you produce once you're 3 to 4 years in, those videos that you produced 3 or 4 years ago are still generating leads.
Still there.
And we own all of the content. So if the internet lead providers that we were with ever decided to raise their prices, we were kind of stuck.
Yeah.
Going, well, okay, we don't like it, but we kind of got to do it.
Yeah.
Now, we own all of the content. We own, and then so it's email newsletter, YouTube channel, and then building out the different social medias, LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, which is new for me.
I love it. Jay's on the TikTok.
I'm on the Facebook, yeah.
But it's all the media, like you said. I think that's a great eye-opener of kind of where real estate is
and then
heading.
starting, and when I say farms, like massive farms. So not doing some geofarming, but really diving back into geofarming on a very different level.
Interesting. Very cool. Okay, so you mentioned even with the leads, it's a little more complicated, whatever. Tell me a challenge that you've had and maybe how we're just going to look different at it for 2026, or maybe we're just dropping it off and we're not doing that anymore.
What we're seeing right now is with the lead services that we have, where we're owning most of the content, and these are highly convertible leads. Like they're further down the funnel in most cases, but they're actively going, we want to work with you.
Right.
Versus us chasing this ghost and trying to get them to have a conversation with us. They're asking us for a conversation.
I've picked you.
Yeah.
And
so we've seen all this online. You stand out. Can we have a conversation with you?
So kind of getting more of that, again, immediate return versus long-time leads.
It's a question of quality over volume. Like we're going, okay, where can we get more quality leads and less junk that we have to filter? Makes
sense. All right, so you mentioned media, all the socials. It kind of reminded me what we're hearing is, I'd say, the buzzword this time of year, is AI.
Okay.
Everybody's moving into AI. What does that look like for your team?
Yeah.
What does it look like for 2026?
So our platform, Brivity, is, I believe it's the best CRM out there. And we own it and develop it. So it's one of those things where it's, we have 450 teams across the country now. We're getting real data from real teams selling a ton of houses on what's working, what's not working.
Right.
And so our AI is being trained constantly on that. So we have a couple of really big AI functions that are relatively new. The first is we have an AI assistant that actually will take a lead from a new lead all the way up to an appointment with our agents. So we used to have an ISA.
Yes.
And they were setting appointments, and now it's like, well, I don't know that we need an ISA anymore.
Wow.
Other than maybe filtering leads coming in, and how they're distributed and things like that. But we don't really need an ISA that converts. So that's been a really big difference for us. All of a sudden, Gabby, that's our AI assistant. And interestingly, you can turn Gabby on any lead, and it'll coach you on, hey, here's what you need to do next. Here's how you say it. Here's some scripts and dialogues to pay attention to. Here's where you move that lead forward. So really kind of cool stuff. And then if you want me to do it, I'll do it for you. And then the next thing, and this has just rolled out in the last couple of months, is AI call coaching. So different scenarios and different skill levels of me on a computer with a microphone and earbuds having an actual conversation with an AI client.
Wow.
So whether it's a new lead, an internet lead, an open house guest, a buyer consultation, a listing consultation.
Now I'm scripting.
With AI.
With AI.
And so what that's doing is it's actually taking the agent's language skills, conversion skills. Are you hitting these points? That kind of stuff. Giving them real-time feedback, recording the call so they can listen to it over and over. Because it's one thing to like read the dialogue. It's a whole nother thing to listen to yourself have a call so you can replay it and go, all right, I'm getting better. Or, okay, yeah, I see what they're saying here. That could use improvement.
Said 42 times.
Yeah, filler words, all that kind of stuff are in there.
Okay, that's really cool.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then the last thing I think AI for us, when we're using our tech platform to call our clients, past clients, sphere of influence, leads, whatever, it's actually recording the conversation. Because in North Carolina, South Carolina, we're one party state, so we don't have to disclose. But it's listening to that call, transcribing that call, and typing notes in the CRM. So we were having, an agent would take an hour to get through 3 to 5 conversations because they're having to put the notes in and go to the next one.
Right.
Now the AI is listening to the call, transcribing the call, summarizing the call, and putting the notes in. So I'm already on to the next one, and I can double or triple the number of conversations I'm having per hour, which increases my dollar per hour.
All for, again, admin work. Simple admin work.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Where you go, why wasn't somebody doing this earlier?
Yeah. Okay, I like it.
So that's how AI is working for us.
Yeah.
It can help us with text conversations, and we have a real estate AI built into Brivity that can help us suggest text messages and emails, that kind of stuff. We actually own a company called Area Pro that takes our MLS data and combines it with AI, so we can have some pretty cool, maybe interesting or overlooked, what's the right word? Just bullet point ahas, where I can look at a neighborhood or a school district or a zip code or a county and go, hey, here's the MLS data, but here's like 3 to 5 things I pulled out of it.
Which makes me think of like an out-of-state client,
Yeah, perfect for that.
right? Here's
I'm moving from California. I don't know anything about your market. Cool. Here's an overview.
I had a cousin that told me I should live in the Marvin School District. We have 6 kids.
Cool. Here's the average price. Here's days on market. Here's the normal stuff.
Yeah.
But like, here's some insights at different price points where you might find more value.
Wow, that's pretty cool. Again, pulling from the data anyways, making us sound like we know what we're talking about.
Making us, if you use it right, it makes you smarter.
Yeah, for sure. In less time.
Or at all. Because I think there's, in a lot of cases, you're like, okay, I don't know. Here's the data. What does it actually mean?
All right, I'm thinking about data, market. What's going on in the Charlotte market? What do you think, just again, without your crystal ball?
So, I mean, we look at data every month.
Yeah.
At a minimum, sometimes we look at it more. What we're seeing is we are seeing a little bit of a tick up in activity when you look at showings, when you look at not just inventory, but like things going under contract, things closing. We're seeing a little bit of a tick up. I can't help but think it has to do with interest rates, right?
Yeah.
So as interest rates have started coming down and they've started getting publicized
Yeah.
that they're coming down, we're seeing buyer activity kind of pick up. I think, who knows? All bets are off. Like, that's the way it's been lately. If I had a crystal ball, I wouldn't be doing this. But I think that 26 is going to be better than 25 and 24. I don't think we're going to be back in 2020 and 2021
Yeah.
anytime soon. And I don't think that's a good market for us to get back into. But I think we're going to see more opportunities, especially for the agents who are, number one, working, and number two, using tools.
I love that. That's great. Okay. So last thing, what are you looking forward to? It could be personal or team. What is the one thing you're looking the most forward to in 2026?
So I got, I think I've struggled a little while over like, not my purpose in life. That's not I don't get too wound up.
So generic.
I don't get too wound up about that. But truly, we got into a lot of personal wealth building conversations with our agents through our business planning season, where we did a whole day on building wealth, compounding interest, ways that they all, no matter where they are financially, can look at doing even small investments and what that looks like over time. And all of a sudden, it just kind of popped up. Like, I want to help 100 people gain $1 million in net worth. And so that's been really heavy on my heart lately, going, okay, like, I got to, I'm not going to find them all overnight, and I'm not going to help them all overnight. But, like, who's my crew that wants this? How do I help them? How do I pour into them? Because I didn't know how to do this. And if it wasn't for people like literally go, I want to show you how to do this. And I just feel like there's an obligation, and it makes me feel good. But yeah, I want to help 100 people gain $1 million in net worth in the next 10 years.
I love it. I'm going to be totally vulnerable and tell you, I wasn't tracking mine until who told me.
Yeah.
So you got one on the books.
Good stuff.
99 more to go.
Yeah.
10 years.
I feel like I've got a couple, but yeah.
I foresee that list because I know you have a couple you're already working on. That list is going to go pretty quick. It might be a 5-year goal.
Yeah.
That's amazing. You're a good guy.
Yeah, it's not, it's funny. I do think that the one, and you know me pretty well, I think the one thing that gets maybe misunderstood or misrepresented is that I'm relatively intense when most people see me, because it's business mode, let's go kind of stuff most of the time. Because it's in the office or the market center, and I'm here for a reason.
8 to 5, this is the mode I'm in. Yeah.
And I think the one thing is when we get to hang out outside the market center, when I'm not like, let's go to this appointment and let's get done, so I got another appointment coming up, right? I do think our team has a lot of fun. And I think that's the one thing that probably is misunderstood or misrepresented. And I hope that we're showing that a little bit more on social media. I feel like as Hannah has come on as our marketing coordinator, that has shown up a little bit more than it ever did before. So
if people want to see that amazing social media and they want to follow you,
yeah, so you can follow us. J White Team is and then my Instagram is J White here. Like, hey, it's J White here. Because J White is not available. So
but J White's here.
J White is here. So J White here, J White Team, and then our Realize Charlotte brand.
Okay.
Where we're building an actual media brand. We're starting to get invited to influencer events. We're doing a lot of openings. I got to sit down with a developer on a $400 million development that's coming soon this week, and he was like, "Hey, I've seen some of the videos you're doing.
Yeah.
Would you be interested in talking about ours?" And
Love it.
we want to show you. So they showed us like, it was super cool renderings and fly through renderings. And I was like, awesome. But if we're going to do a video, like I'm going to need some of these assets. And he's like, you can have whatever you want. So super cool.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's
and
starting
that's
to
Realize Charlotte.
Realize Charlotte.
Great. And if anybody wanted to reach out to you, even we might have people
Yeah.
that want to buy, sell, or invest.
Yeah.
How do they reach you?
My cell phone number is the easiest way to get a hold of me. It's 704-654-0733. And then the email address that I use on all of our social media stuff is info@jwhitegroup.com, but that comes directly to me.
Perfect. You're amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you for all you do.
Thank you.